Hello everyone and welcome back to the second video of the Firebase tutorial. In this video I'm going to show you how to take the data from the user and transfer it to the Firebase Realtime database. In the last video we have sent this sentence to the database and now we will go one step further. Okay, for this video you need to know about the navigation component and you have to watch the first video of this tutorial, then come back here to the rest. I will put the link of them down below in the description, and also you can click on this I button, information button here on the top, and watch those videos. Okay, let's go to Android Studio. Here in the main activity, we don't need this code. I'm going to delete them, and we don't need anything regarding to database here, just the view binding. Okay, I'm going to delete this and okay, let's go to the resource manager, to the navigation, create the navigation graph. I'm going to call it my nav. Okay, we should wait until the dependencies store into the Gradle file and become synced. Then we can use this file. Okay, in the main activity XML file, I'm going to store a navigation host, and I'm going to connect it to the constraint. We need an ID for it, and let me change it to fragment. Fragment container view, that's good. Layout v, match parent, layout right, match parent, and that's it here. Okay, don't need anything extra here. Let's go to the main activity. Here I'm going to write some codes to connect the action bar to the navigation driver, and when we are going to each of the fragments, the label will be changed based on that fragment. Okay, yeah. Equals to find nav controller, and it will be r.id fragment container view, and then the next line we need a variable, and it will be bar configuration equals to bar configuration. Here we need set the fragments that we are going to use. For now we have only two fragments, the home fragment and the add data fragment. So r.id dot home fragment and comma r.id dot add fragment. Okay, and now we have to connect these two together. Set up action bar with navigation controller. We are passing the map controller and the app bar configuration, and now it's like let's go to the project. Here I'm going to change it to Android mode, app, Java, and the home fragment. I have added a floating action button to the layout of this fragment. Now I want to write the button click listener for this button, and when we are pressing it, we should go to the add fragment. Okay, I'm going to use the view binding here as well. So private variable underscore binding with a type of fragment home binding question mark equals to null, and private variable, it can be value binding get equals to underscore binding, and check it. Then here underscore binding equal to fragment home binding dot inflate, and inflator, then container and pod. Okay, and instead of this, return binding dot root, and we don't need this question mark. Okay, we can write here our code. So binding dot add button dot set on listener, and we want to go from this fragment to the add fragment. So find nav controller dot navigate or dot id dot action home fragment to the add fragment, this one, and that's it for here. We don't need anything else here, and let's go to the add fragment. I'm going to copy and paste everything that I wrote in the home fragment regarding to the view binding here to make it short. Just instead of this, fragment add, and I should import class, and here the same add, and here return binding dot put. Okay. Now here I have to create a variable for the database. So private latent variable, and I'm going to call it Firebase reference with type of database reference, and here we have to initialize it. So Firebase reference equals to Firebase database dot get instance dot get reference, and I'm going to call it contact. Okay. And now we have a button here in the fragment activity, and I called it send button. So we need the binding dot send button dot set on click listener, and whenever we are pressing this, we should send the data. So I'm going to create a function to do the activity. Here we have to take the data from the edit text. So I'm going to create two variables here. Let me zoom a bit here. I forget always to zoom. Name equals to binding dot edit text name dot text dot to string, and phone number equals to binding dot phone dot text dot to string. Okay. Now we have to store them into the data class. So we have to create this data class. Here I'm going to right click new and create a package, and I'm going to call it models and inside it I'm going to create a Kotlin data class, and I'm going to call it contact. Okay, here we have to create some variables. So we need one ID with a type of a string. We need a value for the name, again type a string, and a value for the phone number. A string again, and we have to write question mark and make them null at the beginning. Okay, that's everything for this class. Let's go back, and here into the add fragment, I'm going to check them. So if name dot is empty, binding dot is name dot error equals to write a name, and the same for the phone number. Okay, then Firebase reference dot, now I'm going to make a child, not directly set the value, so this one, and this child should be a variable that we have to create it, and for this I need two values here. So first, contact ID equals to Firebase reference dot push and dot key, and this line will create a unique ID for each of the childs automatically, and we need this ID later then when we want to do editing on this specific child. We need the unique ID, and then this is the child name, and now we have to put the like taken data into this class through this line of code. So the class contact, and we are passing the data. So contact ID, and let me import class here. Yeah. Then the name, and then the phone number. Let me check the order. ID, name, and phone number. Yes, ID, name, and phone number. And now I'm going to pass this context into the child. So context, it's here. Sorry, I made a mistake here. I have to pass the contact ID here. Contact ID. Okay, after creating the child, we are going to set the value, and I'm going to pass the contact, this one, here. Okay, after setting the data into the Firebase and sending it, we have to check if it correctly received to the database or not. So dot add on complete listener, and I'm going to write a post here. Context. And also we need an error check. So add on failure listener. The same, I'm going to copy this line of code and paste it here. And checking the error. So error $, delivery says. Here you can use this it. So it dot message. I'm taking the error message and displaying this message into the toast. Okay, everything is set. Let me check it on the end. Okay, the app is launched. I'm going to press this. We are into the next fragment, and a name, it can be Mac, and the phone number, any random number, and I'm going to send it. The data is stored successfully, and here I have the child contact. I'm opening it. Now I have the unique ID here. I'm opening it, and here I have again the ID, the name, and the phone number. And if I delete them and press send data, I'm getting error here. I have to write something, but still I have the empty data here stored because here in the data class I make them null, and if we don't do this, we will get error here. And the error message is the same as the thing that I wrote here. Write a name or write a phone number, and I'm going to write any other name, Julia, and a random number, and and here you have it. Okay, that was everything about this part of the tutorial, and in the next video I'm going to show you how to retrieve, how to fetch the data from the database and display it here in the home fragment in a recycler view. If you are satisfied with this content, give me a thumbs up please. If you haven't subscribed the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button as well to be aware about the new videos. Thank you very much.